My apologies. I am so sorry, folks. I don't know what happened, but I think we're good now. You got to let me know, YouTube, if you can hear me. I think we're good. It appears that we are good. I have no idea what happened. And please don't kill me. Don't get on my ass. Too bad. I am not a tech wizard or genius, and I have no idea how all this tech stuff happens, works. Back and forth, I don't know. So that said, okay, let's get back into this. My apologies. We're going to get right back to the point that I think we'd left off. And if I'm wrong, please tell me. First of all, everybody that is in here, please let me know. Verify that you can hear me, please. Just shoot me a chat that says that you can hear me. I think I figured it out. I basically just unplugged shit and plugged it back in, and it worked, but it wasn't working. Yeah, everybody told me it wasn't working. So now I think we're good to go. Shannon, hello. How are you? Sorry about that. I kind of dropped you. I didn't know what the heck was going on. The other side of things, YouTube couldn't hear me. I think I had a mic issue. Brian's telling me you can now hear me. So, again, appreciate that. Thank you, Brian. Just let me know. Anybody, if you have issues, everybody else in here, just let me know that you can hear me, please. Thanks for coming back in. Sorry about that. Technical difficulty. First time, well, maybe not first, but first of many, if it's the first. I'm sure it'll happen again at some point along the line. But I think we have this figured out for now. Okay, so let's just get right back into where we were, shall we? Sorry, folks. Don't hate me. Stuff happens, and I am not that tech guy that it appears that you may need to be to do this. Have no idea of the tech world. So, again, I don't know what happened. I just unplugged shit and plugged it back in and was just back and forth messing around, and I think that it's working. So let's just get back to it. I'm just going to jump back into kind of a hypothetical situation here on Spotrac that, again, 9.7 million that we have space right now. So they say, right? So they say. If you look at over the cap, they say we're at about 11.6 in cap space. So I'm not saying that I don't know who to believe, but I don't believe it. Put it down. So either one, we're at 9.7 or 11.6. What the only move that I can see happening here, again, is with Dion Dawkins to restructure Dion and get about 11 or so million dollars of additional free cap space. That's it. That's the only thing that I know that we can do that'll make any type of difference, okay? Because if we look at the additional body, so that brings Dion Dawkins down to $13.5 million, and then that would bring us to $21 million of cap space right here if we restructure Dion. But the fact that that has not happened yet is kind of making me think maybe, just maybe, and I could be wrong, but maybe the Bills don't think that Dion Dawkins is the play as far as longevity. Is he not the man that they think that they want to spread out? Now, that just might be timing, and they just haven't gotten to it yet, and they need everybody to agree and be on the same page. Totally understand that could be a possibility, without a doubt. That said, well, they need to do it because, like we said before, $10 million is what you're going to need for your draft picks, unless you just get rid of your first rounder and you get a whole bunch of fourth and fifth round guys that don't cost you a whole bunch of money. I don't see that happening either, though. I think that they might actually trade back and pick up, additional 2 second-round picks and give up the first potentially. But I just there's not many other restructures that you can do. All right, if I go over here to over the cap, which Lee Ainsworth is telling me that over the cap is usually the best. Yeah, I mean I've heard both. I think it's more preference than anything else. But here's over the cap, and if I go here, cut pre-June 1 for the Buffalo Bills. These are the cap hits right here in this left column. Well, that's total dead monies, but Here's their cap number currently in this column right here. And Dion Dawkins is 24.8. And these are the cap, cap savings if we go to a restructure. So Dion Dawkins would give you $11.3 million cap savings, as we just spoke about. But no one else is really giving you all that much. Josh Allen was already done. Greg Rousseau gives you $3 million. Josh Palmer, unfortunately, may be a candidate right now to be restructured. And that's just straight up the truth. And I'm not saying that I love it. I'm just saying that that is a certain possibility based on the dollars and the cents. No one else is really at the point where it's going to save you any kind of money to restructure their contract or any substantial money, as we're looking at right here. So I don't really know if the Buffalo Bills are going to have a money problem. And to me, if I'm being honest with you folks, it appears that they will. I hate to say it, but it appears that they will. So we'll see. But the DJ Moore restructure is one of two things. Either A, just playing for enough cap space to hit the draft, okay? Or there's a plan that Brandon Beane has to make another move, in my opinion. I would lean towards the first, which is just having enough space to pay your draftees, but saving 17 or so. What is the number? 17 plus 6 is 20. Yeah, about $17 million this year is a big move, one way or the other, like it or not. Are the Bills setting themselves up? What say you? Are the Bills setting themselves up for another big move? Is it another trade coming down the pike? Is it a big free agent signing now because they're really pretty much all gone? Or are we just creating monies to re-sign the likes of Trey White and potentially Matt Milano and Shaq Thompson and or Joey Bosa, although I think Joey Bosa is going to San Francisco. You know, these guys, we have some holes here. We have defensive back issues, cornerback. We have linebacker questions that need to be answered, holes to be filled. We have safety room that is, I mean, we got 3 now, I guess. But defensive edge, we need another edge guy, in my opinion, someone, because let's talk about the reality, which is Greg Rousseau and Bradley Chubb are both legit, but edge guys are going to pin their ears back, especially if that's what we're looking for them to do. They're not going to be able to do this, 60 times a game. We need to have depth. We need to be able to cycle them out and still not lose a step. Well, lose as much of a step when you have your depth people in there. Now, Deon Walker, absolute stud in my opinion. More of a pass rush nose tackle, not necessarily the space eater. I still think DJ Reader needs to get signed by the Buffalo Bills, a true nose tackle, one tech. Michael Hoyt said yesterday, I heard him on a podcast or an interview somewhere, say, although the Achilles is a different style or different period of recovery for everybody, I am hoping and working on being back and being healthy for training camp. So that would be a huge plus. But is Michael Hoyt just a true edge guy? No, he's more of an outside linebacker. He might even be playing on the inside of some of these edge guys on a 5-man front, as like a D tackle for sure. I don't know that. I don't think he's a true edge guy. I love Michael Hoyt. I think he's an absolute, honestly, God, I think he's a game changer. But I don't know if he fits that mold for edge. So are we going to draft an edge? I don't know. Where's the draft going? I'm not sure. I've done quite a few mock drafts, and to be honest with you, my guy from the beginning, Dylan Thieneman, more and more, AI is telling me that he will be passed on 25 teams and be available for the Buffalo Bills. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they're going to do, what the Buffalo Bills are thinking. But Big Dog, what's up, baby? Again, I think we're gonna pretty soon we're gonna run into a money issue, and I hate to say that, but it's just the way that I'm seeing it. I don't see much. Brian would say, "Okay, good, Spidey, yeah, we're back, man. I don't know what happened, bro. I'm sorry. I really have no idea. Who do you think the Buffalo Bills going to get there in free agency or restructure contracts? Should we go restructure Brandon Cook and James Cook? Okay, well, you can't restructure Brandon Cooks because he is a free agent, so you can't restructure him. You can re-sign him, and I would like to see that, like a 1-year, $3 million deal. James Cook just extended last year, so we have him for another 3. No need for that, and it wouldn't really help you anyway. We already have James Cook on the account. Cooks isn't, but we could re-sign him for cheap. Yes, exactly. Exactly what we were just saying. Thank you, Spidey. I think we should get Brandon Cooks or no contract to have 3-year deal. He's definitely not going to be signed for a 3-year deal, in my opinion, but I would like to see him be a Buffalo Bill next year for sure. TikTok, who do you think the Buffalo Bills should go after, and what is the plan for the money issues that we were just speaking about, which we have? Who's all watching the Sabres game tonight? It's a 10 o'clock game. I will probably get it on, but I will also be watching the United States take on Venezuela in the WBC Finals. For all you baseball people tonight, should I go live and should we go over and I know it's basically a football channel, but should we go live and live reaction for the WBC championship tonight? Anybody say yes? Let me know. I think Brandon Beane should make another move. I think he will. He has to. He has to because we're empty in some spots. I don't hate Palmer being on the team if he can stay healthy, Spidey says. He's not meant to be a wide receiver 1 or 2, but I don't want to restructure and extend him being on the team even longer. Agreed. I agree with you. And I think that he's actually probably better suited to be on this in this wide receiver room, this with this grouping better than last year. I think DJ Moore opens up a lot of other people. If for nothing else, he opens up a lot of other people to play their roles like you're getting at, Spidey. I actually agree with you. And who knows? If Palmer can come up with like 30, 40 catches, maybe a couple touchdowns, 500-600 yards, like I'm happy with that. In the event that DJ Moore gets his 1,100, Khalil's going to get his 800, hopefully. I want to see Keon Coleman with 800 plus. Truthfully, I think that can happen too with 7 or 8 touchdowns. I know it's a big number, but I really think it can happen. At least 5 to 6. No Bones. How are you, Bones? What's up, baby? You can hear me now, right? Good news is you can hear me now. Big Dog says, are you ready for flag football at the Olympics? Yeah, I'm signing up for a quarterback. Oh, what do you think, Big Dog? It's all me, baby. Seems like they have to find some team that's willing to take on Josh Palmer's contract. I agree, and I think it would have happened by now, if I'm being honest with you. I literally think it would have happened by this time, but it hasn't. There's Epinesa. Yeah, KG the Beast. You're absolutely right. I forgot about him, didn't I? That's a potential additional sign that gives depth that edge too, and I actually like him. He's probably better suited for the 3-4, more the athleticism than the physicality game. I think that's a good sign too. But again, boys and girls, we need money. We need money to keep these people and re-sign them. I mean, if you're talking Milano, who's probably $4 to $5 million, you're talking Trey White, who's probably $3 million, maybe 4, 5. I mean, the cornerbacks have been getting paid. I know he's older, but that maybe that's a 1-year deal for both those guys. You're talking Epinesa, isn't he 68? He's a little younger. Shaq Thompson, he's $3 million. Like, I mean, this shit adds up. We need money. We need money. Brian Webster says we should get John Walker, another contract, 2-3-year deal or 4-year deal. I have no idea who you're talking about. Are you John Walker? I think I'm missing you there. No Bones. At this rate, they're not even going to have a full 50. No bones about it. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to be negative, doom and gloom, honestly. But where does this money go? Dexter, you're absolutely right. We have $12 million according to Over the Cap. But however, Dexter, keep in mind, if no draft positions change, you need about $10 million right now for salary cap for your draft picks. And if we add draft picks by trading back up, whatever, if we add additional draft picks, you'll need more than that. So that $12 million is almost all eaten up just by the draft thus far. That's why I feel that there's still either today, tomorrow, at some point, we're going to hear Deion Dawkins has to be re-signed or restructured because you can't fill a hole. You can't sign a single free agent anymore. Yes, Dexter, exactly. 22 if you re-sign Deion. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's the only way. Now, I put out a short video yesterday on TikTok and short in YouTube saying that the idea of Deion and DJ Moore that we were all talking about as soon as the DJ Moore trade happened and then subsequent time after that was that those two restructures were absolutely necessary, not even wanted, but needed. And fortunately, today, yes, we got DJ Moore, 17 million savings, and then plus another 11 if we do Deion Dawkins. Again, not even just because I would like to see it, but there's no other way anymore because these other guys that we just showed you, no one's going to save any money unless you do Joshua Palmer, which will save you $6.5 million. But again, that's going to add another year or two to the deal. So do you want to do that? I don't know. No Bone says, who is John Walker? Okay, it's not just me. They should be a sub-man roster 70. Oh, okay. Spidey says, don't you think they wouldn't be making all these moves if they didn't know they would have the money? I don't think they're any rush, but they have solutions to fix money. Totally agree with you, Spidey. And I don't know if you saw the short that I put out this morning, I don't know, about an hour ago. I'm not a general manager of an NFL football team. Okay. And I'm certainly not the smartest guy in the room. I mean, I had a mic that wasn't even working. I had no freaking idea how to fix it with it instead of, I just had to unplug shit and plug it back in and turn it off and turn it like, clearly I'm not the smartest guy in the world. And I said that, and I will stand by that. But I'm just looking at this saying, even if we go to 22 million with Dion, right? Let's go play the game, the calculator game. This is according to Over the Cap now. We kind of looked at spot tracks. Now I'm going to go to Over the Cap. We'll have 22 million come the time that we re-sign Dion. Restructure, excuse me. 10 million roughly, as we just alluded to, will be going to draft capital, draft picks, salaries. You have 12 million to sign a handful of players at least. Where's it going? Where's it going? You're right. They know more than I do, 100%. And they have a plan. I will give Bean the kudos that he's very good at figuring out salary cap. A big dog. Did you just say Jalen Waddle traded to the Broncos? Please tell me that you did not just say Jalen Waddle traded to the Broncos. I mean, you said, but the way you spelled it. Hold on a minute. Hold on. We're getting breaking news here. Breaking news, folks. Oh, my phone. Where is it? Can you read it? Dolphins reportedly deal Jalen Waddle to Denver for first-round pick. Holy shit. Holy shit. Everybody that says, Denver, what are you doing? There you go. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I don't love it. I don't love it. Don't love it at all. Do not love this at all, folks. There it is. Breaking news. The Dolphins are sending star wide receiver Jalen Waddle to the Broncos pending a physical. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. That was the guy that I wanted the entire time. However, he is now a Denver Bronco, and that team just got better because of it. So now you have Courtland Sutton as a wide receiver 2. You have Chris Mims, right, as a wide receiver 3. Jalen as a wide receiver 1. They re-signed their running back, did they not? I think they did. I think they're keeping him around. Wow. Santiago Mejas, longtime watcher. Hey, Santiago, appreciate you, man. Really, really appreciate you. So, big dogs, appreciate you. Marvin Mims. Did I say Chris Mims? Lemon, did I say Chris Mims? Am I thinking like Chris Sims? And yeah, thank you. Yes, Marvin Mims, who kind of did his deal, a couple third down conversions, if I'm not mistaken, against the Bills in the playoffs. And obviously, he's a good punt returner. He's a special teams guy as well. Thank you, Lemon Pepper Lou. Thank you for that correction. And we also got people down here like Kurgan Nelly. Appreciate you hopping in again. Denver Broncos received Jalen Waddle, Miami Dolphins 26th, 4th-round pick. Okay, so the Broncos get a 4th-round pick this year and Jalen Waddle. Holy shit. And Miami receives Denver Broncos 1st-round pick this year and 3rd round. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm sorry. 1st, 3rd, and 4th this year. And their pick was 30th overall. So, who wins in this trade? Who wins in this trade? Jalen, okay, so they give it the. The Denver Broncos win. Do they not? This breaking blockbuster move. My first gut when looking at this. Now, listen, Kirkinelli, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying, assuming that this is exactly what the deal is, how do the Broncos not win in this trade? That's a second-round pick, by the way. So they gave up a second, a third, and a fourth. Obviously, that's a lot of picks, but they also get a fourth back and Jalen Waddle because that first-round pick is not a first-round pick, especially in this year's draft. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, folks? And Spidey, I'm looking at Spidey. I'm going ahead a little bit here, but Spidey Muns hit it on the head. Poor Malik Willis, setting him up for failure. You literally signed this guy after he's thrown 150 balls in his life, and you get rid of the only threat that they have? I don't know. What are they going to pick up in this draft? I'm not in with that if I'm Malik Willis. I mean, yeah, give me my money, but that's kind of shitty. I give this to the Denver Broncos. Let me go back. I missed a lot of comments. Oh, it's Brian Webster. Mine receives. Yeah, thank you, Brian. Great job, man. Brian nailed this out of the park. Denver receives Waddle, 4th round pick, 11th in round. I don't know what that means, but okay, 11th. Yeah, gotcha. KG the Beast says, Bean does this, though. We sat over the cap limit till the very deadline this year, then restructured. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I know. You're 100% right. He likes to do this to us. It's almost like he's doing it on purpose. But Waddle to the Broncos confirmed. Yes, thank you. Appreciate all you guys. I love when breaking shit happens when we're out, when we're hanging here together. Isn't that like the funnest thing that could ever happen? We're here talking about the broke Bills, and there go the fucking Broncos. There go the Broncos. Okay. So No Bones About It says the Dolphins win that trade. Love to talk. Love to chat. No Bones. Please explain why. Explain yourself. I don't mean to be sarcastic or nasty. That sounds bad, but I'm on the other side. I think that the Broncos win this trade. If I had to pick one, but I want to hear what you have to say, No Bones. And we could have got him for a first at the deadline. Oh, boy. I know. KG the Beast. This year's first, number 26. Again, not a first-round pick. You're right, KG. Sorry. You're absolutely right. KG makes a great point. And we could have got him for the first at the deadline. Now, that's what Brandon Beane said. Brandon Beane said he put the offer out there of a 2027 first-round pick. Was it a first and a third, though? At the deadline last year, I want to say it was a first and a third. But either way, then he said, after the fact, that he wasn't even given a rebuttal or a counter. So maybe we don't know. But now the Dolphins obviously clearly are cleaning house. And we said this on this channel about a month ago, I think. I think it was roughly a month ago. Maybe not even. Maybe it was 10 days ago. Yeah, it's all blending together. That as soon as the GM was gone, and then the whole Tua deal, and then Phillips was prior, right? Yeah, he was prior. But they were just getting rid of everybody, it seemed. And we could just tell that they were going restructure, rebuild. That was the time. So they waited, and they got what they obviously liked. They got what they thought that they needed. Good for them if that's what they wanted. I just think that the Beast has kind of got a point here. If it were a 2026 first, and we could have done this at the deadline, maybe we should have. But, it's all in Monday morning quarterback type shit, Broncos don't need a lot of additions, so I'd say they win. I'm with you. I think it's a great team. Adding that guy? So you don't have the 30th pick overall? Is that big a deal? Is that big a deal, especially in the 2026 NFL draft, which is not exactly setting the world on fire in terms of prospects? I think if it was next year, maybe a little different story. But, man, Uncle Jeff, appreciate you, Uncle Jeff. Thank you. Was he worth all that, though, Dakota says. Well, I guess that's the question, Dakota. Lemon says, I can't believe the Broncos got Waddle. I know, no shit. It's crazy. Broncos did win that deal, Thunder Dan says. That's what I think. Dakota, though, says Broncos got fleeced. The Bills are broke. Laugh out loud. Sporty Ron says, 48. Do your money numbers account for the cap increase? Uncle Jeff says. It goes up about 20. Yes. That's already using the 302. Well, let's look back. I think it's 302, 301 and change, 300,600,000. So yes, it is taking that into account. Great question, though. I think the Bills are planning the trade for Brian Thomas Jr. Dexter. Big move there, my friend. Big move. That would be a lot like this Waddle thing, would it not? Isaac says, who did the Broncos trade to get Waddle? Okay, let's go over this again. All right, Curignelli really explained it well. Okay, Denver Broncos received Jalen Waddle and a 2026 fourth-round pick from Miami. Miami receives Denver Broncos first-round pick, which is 30th overall, third-round pick, and fourth-round pick. So let's just say that the fourth-round pick is somewhat of a wash, right? I don't know whether their spots are in those fourth rounds, but they receive a fourth and they get a fourth, or they give a fourth. Kind of a wash, unless it's like, first and 30th. I don't know. I'd have to look that up. But let's say that they're a wash. Then the Dolphins got Jalen Waddle for a first this year and a third, which is the exact same that I thought that the Buffalo Bills were saying that they were offering him at the trade deadline, but they were offering the 2027 first round, and the Dolphins wanted the 26th first round, although Brandon Beane said he never got the counter for the 26th first round. He just offered the 27th and then had no conversations after that. So the Dolphins ended up getting exactly what I thought that is what they wanted way back when. Lord knows. Brian says, I think Jillian Wild should fail his I don't know. Nothing tells me that he will, but you never know. The only way Miami wins is if they just nail their draft, like find at least two. Yeah. And this is a rebuild, but why? I'm with Spidey Muns, because why take this flyer of 20? He's not getting paid top tier money, of course, but why pay Malik Willis this kind of money and then just strip him of everything right away? You're not even giving him a chance. I don't know. Did he know that going in? That's a question. What do you think he feels now? Lee G. Hey, Cold Front. Great. Glad to see you. What's up, Lee G? I'm sorry. I know you gave me a comment. I'm sorry I don't have Deanna Walker film today, but we will get to it. I just needed to go over the situation that I felt that the Bills were in, which is not the greatest, although I'm sure they have a plan. But I had to speak about this, and we will absolutely get into Deanna Walker film this week, okay? I promise you I would. So we will. Spidey, do you think Beane waits around to try and get people for cheaper, the player thinking they might not make it to another team, so they take it? Well, yes, sure. But who are you talking about? You're talking about like our guys, like the Whites and the Milanos and the Thompsons of the world and the Epinesas? You would think they would have been signed by now if they were going to get some big number, yes. Let me take a moment and just appreciate everybody for hanging in here today, especially with the audio issues that I had earlier. Thanks for coming back in, and please subscribe and follow, and let's keep this train rolling, shall we? I got some notification this morning from YouTube that we're jumping up here in the categories that we need to jump up to actually mean something, and it's kind of cool. It's because everybody out here, and it's because of days like today when we jump online and we are here breaking the news that Jalen Waddle is going to the Denver Broncos, which pisses me off. But I appreciate everybody. Thank you. Subscribing, liking, and sharing is the best way to help this channel so we can continue to do it, and I really appreciate all of you. So let's keep it moving here. Was he worth all that, though, Dakota? Right, yeah, that's the question. Giants might win the Super Bowl next year. Colio, the Giants have had a phenomenal offseason. I will give you that. D Money says Waddle Broncos. Yes, sir. Dakota 30th. Okay, yep. Rance McKee, longtime watcher, rising star. Appreciate you, Uncle Jeff. Well, crap. Go Bills. Yeah. Well, I know. Listen, nothing can be perfect all the time, right? So we got to stay positive for sure. And thus far, I'm really enjoying the offseason that the Bills have put together in Brandon Beane. I got to tell you, I am. I don't know what you all think, but the reality is I think he's doing a pretty decent job. One is a long time watcher. Appreciate you, One. Dakota says, if that's the case, they got them for a second round and the third, then they saved their first. Well, you can look at it like that too. Yeah. Because, well, again, they gave up a 30th pick. It's not, to me, it's not a first round pick. David Robertson, appreciate you. JT Alexander, appreciate you. Hardass, thank you. M. Freeman, as always. Hardass, props to Buffalo Sabres for keeping it a go. Bills need two receiver and defensive needs to step up. I'm with you. The Sabres. Hell yeah, go Sabres. Sabres. What a freaking cool thing it would be. How about that Psychic in 2018? I think we talked about this last week. In 2018, put a post out on X saying, I'm a psychic. And in 2026, the Buffalo Sabres will win the Stanley Cup. Following by February of 27, the Buffalo Bills will win the Super Bowl. This is in 2018 or 16. Came out and said that. I was like, hey, so far, he's making me a believer because the Buffalo Sabres are doing some stupid things that they have not done in a very long time. But Spidey, please, do you mean the guys that were Bills last year or anyone out there in free agency? If he does fail his physical, can the Buffalo Bills go get him as wide receiver? Yeah, but trades can have a caveat that they must pass a physical. Not so with the Bills, they probably do the same thing. Comes down to, do we prefer DJ Moore over Waddle? Yeah, it might, because the talks, you would think. Well, actually, no, because yeah, but you're not giving up your first. Yeah, I guess close to it. You would think that the talks with Miami had happened, right? With Buffalo. You certainly would think so. No bones. I don't believe the Dolphins were ever serious about trading Waddle to the Bills, regardless of the price. Would have cost us 2 first-round picks in all seriousness. And not possibly the interdivision thing is real, and it means a lot. That's true. But the next bad thing, I guess, is a perennial, what seems to be upcoming, a perennial AFC Super Bowl contender in the Broncos. I prefer more of a Waddle. Spin, what's up, Spin? I think that the interchangeable play anywhere out of DJ Moore is a little bit more there than Waddle. I don't disagree with that. I'm happy about the DJ Moore signing, and I'm not mad that this man went to Denver because I wanted him instead of DJ Moore. I mean, I wanted him at the trade deadline 100%, but I'm just kind of mad that he went to Denver. Like, why couldn't he have went to, Philly? Or, I don't know, anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Lee G says, I might be the minority, but man, Waddle really is injury prone. Are we really wanting that versus DJ? No, I'm not saying over DJ. No, that's not what I mean, at least. Some people might, but I'm not saying that. Lee G also, Willis is a bridge quarterback from the way they're stripping the team down, or he's injury prone and they wanted to get the most for him before his draft stock crashes. These are all possibilities, and we don't know for sure. And we just simply don't know. Brian Webster says, can you read your comments, please? Yeah, man, I'm trying. I feel like I have. Sorry, but I feel like I have. Yes, sir. Okay, so yeah. And but I mean, there's a long time, right? Do you wait until after the draft, or do you try to solidify before the draft? I would say try to get some of these 1 year, $3 million guys done prior to the draft so you can understand who your team is, unless they're just simply going best player available in the draft, doesn't matter what the position is, then you can, I guess, sign guys whenever, right? But there are holes. Unequivocally, there are holes, and we need to fill them. Yeah, Spin. That's kind of the other way to look at it. I was kind of looking at it as the fourth round might be a wash. So then you got a first and a third for Waddle. But the numbers being 30th for the first, and I don't know what the number is for the third, to me, it's more like a second round. You know what I'm saying? I think the conversation will never obviously end up at one thing, but I hear what you mean, though. I mean, I can understand it. Denver doesn't want drill and Waddle jailing model can come to the Buffalo Bills. Not sure what that means. I think we should get out bigger and go get some players from Miami Dolphins. I will say this. Brian Webster, I have to give it to you, Brian. You have been extremely consistent saying that the Buffalo Bills should go get Miami Dolphins players. Everybody else that hangs in here, you have to at least give Brian Webster that. He has been saying get Miami Dolphins, who they are. I think he said, I think he calls him Tiger Hill. He said get Tiger Hill 100 times. I think he's even said Waddle a couple hundred times. He's staying true to his word, and he's staying consistent. You have to give him that. And go get some players from the 49ers. He also says the 49ers all the time. 49ers are in build up, let's make it happen mode. I don't know if they're really getting rid of people. Better than him going to the Pats. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Actually, great point, Spidey. How do the freaking Patriots feel right now? They put all this effort into what we're being told, at least, the A.J. Brown trade, which doesn't come to fruition, and then this happens. Oh, baby. They could have just potentially slid in. However, like Spin, I think it was Spin said, it might have been a couple of firsts for interdivision. Very possible. Well, Jalen Waddle's obviously not in the draft, bro. You span comments, you can't expect the man to be up your butt. This is true, too. Thank you. This is true, too. You want – oh, Hecht. Hecht, what's up, Hecht? You wanted him with the Bills so bad. Jalen? Yeah, I know. It's would have been nice. Would have been nice, but I'm not complaining about DJ Moore at all. A lot of people are saying it's too expensive. Well, what do you think about Jalen Waddle? Right? Now tell me that DJ Moore is too expensive. I don't think you can, especially after this. Hardass says, what about talks with Ayuk? I haven't heard much at all anymore. That was kind of like a fluke thing. Now, obviously, the guy has some issues. And will he be over those issues? Maybe. Doesn't look like it, but maybe. We'll see. Right? We will see. Wiggles, thank you for the follow, Wiggles. Broncos gave up too much. Okay, see? To each their own. Everybody's got their own opinion, and I can see both sides for sure. Thrilled Panthers fan, if you're a Malik Willis, you got to feel sick now. That wide receiver room looks rough. I know, thrilled Panthers. Like, I'm not understanding what they're doing. They got Tutu Atwell, Malik Washington, Jalen Tolbert, Taj Washington, Theo Weiss Jr. I don't know. Mega says we need defense pass rush. I totally agree with you. We need a lot, though. We need a lot. And I think we have more holes than we want to really admit at this moment in time. But I will also continue to have the faith that they have a plan and that they know what they're doing. Hardass says draft, get wide receiver from Notre Dame that will help receiving core and sign free agents to 2-year deals. Wide receivers? Yeah, possibly. Christian Kirk is now gone, 1 year, $5 million, which I thought was a possibility for Buffalo, especially being that he was so friendly with Josh Allen. I don't know what the plan is, man. I really don't. Big Dog, who do the Dolphins have left? Oh, yeah, we just went over. I just labeled what their depth chart says. Mega says, F the wide receivers. We need pass rush, guys. I don't disagree with you whatsoever, and I will tell you one thing. I know somebody had mentioned the Ayuk thing. I would stay as far away from him as I possibly can. Niners haven't released Ayuk yet, Big Dog says. Oh, well, good for Ayuk. Maybe he'll get paid for being a complete and utter lunatic. I think the Buffalo Bills should fill a lot of holes, and I think we should get Jalen Wild if the Denver Broncos trade him. They're not going to trade him. They just traded for him. Jordan Poole season. What's up, Jordan? I think I said that right. Think Buffalo could make a push for A.J. Brown? No, because I think Philly wants way too much. And I don't think they will because of that, and I don't think they should because I'm not an A.J. Brown guy. Go get Von Miller. You say Von Miller. Von Miller, maybe I don't think so. Spidey. Is he a birthday? Is Brian right? What am I drinking in my cup? Ice. Just ice. We need LBs. That's true, too. Local chick. Thank you for the follow. Eric, you're absolutely right. We do need linebackers, which is part of what I was alluding to in the beginning of this, which is the money needs to go somewhere, and there's a lot of holes that we still need to fill, and there's not a lot of money to fill the holes with. Jordan says, I'm a Panthers fan. You're going to love DJ Moore. He's still missed here in Carolina. Gotcha, man. Actually, one of my very good friends that I grew up with, my best friend growing up, actually, lives in Charlotte now. And he has since transitioned to a Panthers fan. I mean, he's been down there for years, growing his family up, raising his family there. And he said the same thing. He said DJ Moore's an absolute stud. I mean, that was, 4 years ago, 3 to 4 years ago at least now. But he said they loved Charlotte and North Carolina. They loved him down there. And he said the same thing. For the love of God, no Ayuk. Exactly. I'm with you, Spidey. I'm with you. DJ Moore looking like a steal. J-Ham, I'm with you. Like, now that we see this, well, actually, no. See, to me, wait a minute. I do think that it's still looking like a really good deal for DJ Moore, 100%. But the way that I look at that trade, I'm almost looking as if that is a second round for Jalen Waddle. Because of the positioning of the first round pick. I think it's a second round for Jalen Waddle. 2 fourths offset. First and a third. Right? Or is it a first and a sixth? First, third, and fourth. Okay, yeah. So fourth's offset, first and a third. And the first is a 30th. So I think they offset. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's a second round pick for Jalen Waddle. I think it's really damn close to the same thing, actually, now that I think about this, as DJ Moore. Because we got a second round, but we got a fifth also. DJ Moore's a better signing or a better trade. No bones. I'd say we're all hoping Keon Coleman balls out. Oh, did I miss this? Hecht? Am I the only one rooting for Coleman to ball out? Oh, no. Hecht. I know you've been in here before. I don't know how long you've been a subscriber and hanging with us. I will tell you, if you have a few minutes later on today, go back into the beginning stages of this channel on TikTok especially, maybe YouTube too, both. Cold Front is probably the biggest advocate for Keon Coleman that you will find. And I'm being dead serious. So I don't know the way you feel. Obviously, you want him to ball out. Everybody wants him to ball out if you're a Bills fan. Obviously, you want your players to do tremendous things. But I'm saying that I've always been the guy that says Keon Coleman is actually a stud. And he was not set up in a situation for success. Kind of like Malik Willis right now is not set up in a situation for success. I think Keon Coleman will be used the way that he needs to be used now this year with Joe Brady calling all the shots and the addition of DJ Moore and what that wide receiver room looks like now. I think Keon Coleman is poised to have by far the best year of his career. I know it's still young and fresh, but I think he's going to be a great, great asset to this team. Oh, yeah, I missed that. We're all, as long as he's on the team, right? Oh, it's not even your birthday. Well, okay. Congratulations, I don't know what to say. Puka Marvin Harrison, oh, my word. No Bones says, Brian, stop thinking about Puka Nacua. I agree. Puka Nacua is going nowhere. Probably ever. Cold Front, it's my birthday too? Wow. Wow. Okay. All right. Rams wouldn't trade Pugin for anything Buffalo has. That's correct, except for Josh Allen. Oh, I don't know. No, it's a steal because our second is basically a third. Oh, that's fair too. Right. What was the second? 64th? Wait, no, that can't be. What was the second? It was 26 and 61, I think, right? No, the third was 91. I forget where our second round pick was, but let's go, baby. Let's go. I'm with you, Hector. Like, seriously, check that shit out. There's some film of him as well. Multiple times I did a little bit of film breakdown because I just wanted to make sure that what I thought was true. Now, I show some negative in there too. His mental's got to be there, okay? If his mentals are not there, he's not the guy. Like, it's not going to happen. So he mentally has to be there. I think Brandon Cooks needs to stay around and try to help him with that as well. And a lot of people are saying DJ Moore might be kind of that guy to mentor him also. 100% Naya Guy 5. I think you're talking about Keon, I believe. Are you new here? Naya Guy 5. I can't remember. If you are, thank you. Welcome. Appreciate you hanging out. He is saying there's 0% Rams. That's not a realistic option. That's correct. The Lee G, I don't know. We had a late second round, though, so it's talking trade value quite a bit more. So it is talking trade value quite a bit. Yes. Somebody tell me. Okay, so Jay Ham. 60. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's deep. That's kind of like 30 for the Denver Broncos number 1 that they gave up, right? It's almost the last pick of the second round. So I'm with you. I'm with you. Now you got Keon Coleman's going to shut some people up 100%, bro. I'm so with it, and I think it's going to happen as well. I don't know. I feel he lacks a lot. If you look at his snaps in the slot, he did worse inside than outside. Keon didn't get too many, if I'm being honest. Keon Coleman, to me, in my comparison, is and should be used exactly like that of, if you can remember. Now, gonna just listen to this now. Hear me out. Keon Coleman should be used exactly like Michael Thomas was used in New Orleans under Pete Carmichael Jr., who is now our offensive coordinator and with Joe Brady ties. So, Michael Thomas, if you go back and look at his career, was the slant master. The slant master, boxing people out, using his body. He's not going to be a catch and run. He's not going to be a Khalil Shakir. He's not going to be that all that of Mike Evans, although I've also compared Keon Coleman's physical abilities to that of Mike Evans as well. He's not going to have a career like Mike Evans. But I think he can be there close to that of Michael Thomas. And I'm being dead serious. Jeff says, definitely feel DJ Moore will help Coleman mature and improve his game. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying as well. I have a question for you, Johnny Marsh. What is that question, brother? Jeff says he looks afraid sometimes and not sure he can play over the middle game where he should be. I kind of agree with that to some extent. I'd like for him to kind of just mentally prepare himself for a little bit more. But again, I think if he's given the tutelage, he has the physical ability to do a lot. He needs to play in the slot, not outside, Jeff says. Hardeye says, opinion on Bills backup QB they signed, and Josh wants another good receiver. I think that Kyle Allen is simply Josh Allen's good buddy, plays a lot of golf with him, and that's why he's on the Buffalo Bills. That's it. Mitch Trubisky can go out there and win a football game for you. I don't think Kyle Allen will or can. So it's simply because he's a friend. Jeff says Coleman has had one more year to prove he can play and mature. Doesn't do it this year, have to dump. I will actually, as big of an advocate as I'm absolutely going to give that to. If it's not this year, then stop the madness. Yes, agree. Big Dog says, what did the Bills give up for DJ? Second round pick. And they got DJ and a 5th round pick back. Rodney says Jalen Waddle is at most a wide receiver 2 that doesn't move me. Broncos gave up a lot for him. Wow. Okay. I hear you. Eric says we need linebackers. Yes, absolutely. Oh, my gosh. AI Summary says debating the Bills draft strategy and the trade for DJ Moore. Share your thoughts. Yeah, for sure. Local, thank you for the follow. Everybody follow along and subscribe immediately if you have not already. Thank you so much. Zach says, I'm so pissed we just lost Waddle. I don't think that after the DJ Moore trade that we could assume or think that would have happened, unfortunately. Talk about Max going back to the Raiders. Oh, Jordan DePriest. Okay, we can get into that if you'd like. That was the shadiest move that I've seen yet by the Baltimore Ravens. Okay? That was an absolute bullshit move. You knew what you needed to know prior to him even showing up into town to do that damn physical. You then realized that Trey Hendrickson was not being signed for the buku dollars that he wanted, and no one wanted him at all. So you said, oh my God, we can go get Trey Hendrickson, pay him a shit ton of money, and not get rid of 2 first-round draft picks. Let's nix that trade immediately and go sign Trey Hendrickson. And then tell the world, including Trey Hendrickson, to tell the world. Because he said this. I was told when I was negotiating with the Ravens that they were trying to get both me and Max Crosby. Shut the hell up. No, you were not. You absolutely were not planning on trading for Max Crosby, 2 first-round draft picks, and whatever it was, $30-something million a year, and to sign Trey Hendrickson from free agency for $29-30 million a year. No, you weren't, Baltimore. I don't believe you for 1 minute. Not for 1 minute. The fact that their general manager had to get up in a press conference, and address the issue tells me that it was shady. Because if it wasn't shady, why do you need to go address everybody? If there's nothing shady there, why do you need to address it? Tell me. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. You don't need to address anything if there's nothing wrong. If they wanted that, they still could have done it. Charles Clark. Yeah, you're right. They could have. They had the money. But then why did you do this? Who's going to put $60 million into 2 edge guys? And I'm being serious. With Zay Flowers as your wide receiver 1. Seriously, like, honestly, I don't see it happening. I don't think it was. I could be wrong. Obviously, I'm not inside these walls. I know. But I just don't think that it's real. Zach says Ravens doing Raven thing. Yeah, it was to me, it was a shit move, and it was kind of embarrassing. SC says, how does Bean, let the Broncos trade for Waddle when the Bills released or needed a wide receiver 1 still? Well, SC, we just traded for DJ Moore about 2 weeks ago, and he is certainly a wide receiver 1 in my opinion. So I think that now, if we did not trade for DJ Moore a couple weeks ago, and then this Waddle thing happened, I would have been pretty bad. But I think because we have DJ Moore, it's not the end of the world. I think the Ravens should be sanctioned for doing something scummy like that. Well, the talk is that they might get some investigation, and some people are calling that their draft picks that they got back should be wiped away. I don't know. Either find the Ravens or take away a draft pick. Yeah, that's what Matthew Gunnarsson says. Yeah, I think that's the talk out there, but I don't know. Dexter says I'm back. What's up, Dexter? Do you like Geno to the Jets? No. I mean, I'm not a Jets fan, but no, not at all. Bringing in defense guys isn't going to stop Lamar or Henry from blowing it when it matters. Well, yeah, I mean, we could make that determination, I guess, all day. We could have that conversation, but no matter what, those 2 guys on the same team would make any team better, no question. But I'm kind of with you. I don't think that signing those 2 guys just makes them the best team in the world. Your birthday will be on the Super Bowl next year. Holy moly. What day is it? The 12th or the 13th or something? That would be phenomenal, huh, Spidey? Holy shoot. Let's go get Bryce Lance in the 3rd round to close out the wide receiver room. There's going to be a lot of talk. There's the Chris Brazels and the Casey Concepciones. If they keep their 1st-round draft pick potentially, then there's the C.J. Allens of the world. And then I'm even hearing now, what's his name? Parker out of Clemson as a first round edge guy, even though I thought he dropped his stock. I don't know. There's a lot of potential, a lot of options out there. A lot of things can happen. I still want Dylan Thieneman. But yeah, the later round guys, there's some decent depth in my opinion. Spidey cries like a what? You are new here. Well, great. Thanks for coming in and hanging. Welcome, sir, ma'am. It says guy, so I'm assuming it's a sir. Buffalo Bills should do a 70-man roster. Oh my goodness. Should we go linebacker? Well, okay, there's the question, huh, Hector? Hecht. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. It depends on what it looks in April, kind of like we were talking about before. If they get their free agent signings done prior to the draft, it would change the outlook of the draft itself, in my opinion. If they don't do that and they just draft best player available, then it doesn't matter what position, if it's the best player available. I'm going to stick with this, and I'm going to say if he's still available, I would take Dylan Thieneman. 1,010% out of Oregon. I am a little bit more of a fan of Concepcion over this David Boston. That said, at wide receiver, but there's CJ Allen as a linebacker. And my buddy Dexy's not on here. Dexy, are you in here, Dexy? I don't think so. Usually you're chatting it up. But let me go back and try to find Dexy. He likes another linebacker even more so than CJ Allen. I'm trying to find this really quick if I can do it quickly. Oh, okay. So he likes, but for the second, he likes Josiah Trotter out of Missouri. So I'm not saying that he's wrong, I'm wrong, he's right, I'm right. But he likes Josiah Trotter. I like CJ Allen. But I don't know that I like either one of them in the first round, if I'm being honest. So I think they would go best player available if I had my gut. Dolphins had 7 picks in the first 3 rounds of the draft this year. Okay. Overall, that's looking pretty good then, right? That's pretty exciting if you're a Dolphins fan. They're definitely going to have to get some wide receiver weapons if they just got rid of Jalen Waddle. Okay. Maybe that's a little bit better. It's almost like the Jets, huh? Like 1,000 picks. Oh, man. Calm it down, boys. Calm it down. We're all here to have a good time. Take it easy. Take it easy, fellas. All right, I got to get more into these. Sorry. Okay, let's rip. What did Jalen Waddle sign a contract for? We don't know yet. I think we should go get some players with no money. Yeah. Also, slot reps should go to Shakir and Kincaid. Coleman likely just is a worse player in the slot than them, just from what I've seen, Lee G says. Well, it's pretty hard to not be as good, or it's pretty hard to be as good as Khalil Shakir and Dalton Kincaid. I will give you this much. But I think that's where he does most of his damage this upcoming season. Brian, are you on there? I'm not going to. Who's your favorite? Are you a Buffalo Bills fan or Kansas City fan? I'm not sure you're talking about. Dolphins slotted have 11 picks in the draft. Kirk Nelly. Holy man. Yeah. Okay. So that's here we go. No first. Yeah. They just got the Broncos first, did they not? Number 4. First, no. First, number 13111 is. I'm not sure. Okay, formatting is weird. Okay. No, that's okay. Yeah. I got you. I get you. Formatting is bad, he said. Totally makes sense. Kirk Nelly, what are all these numbers you have in line chat? These are the fins, but the copy and paste format straight. Yeah. That makes sense. I get you. Bills are at 9.7 cap space. Correct. Spin, that's exactly what we were talking about, Spin, to start this video here. And we'll go back to it. And here's what we have. Spin, I don't think you were here in the beginning. All good. We'll just recap it briefly for everybody to see. This is after a restructure of Deion Dawkins, which is really the only restructure left, unless you're talking about a Joshua Palmer, which would save $6.5 million. But again, that means additional time on his length of contract. So I don't see that happening personally, but you go to $22 million, like this says, after Deion Dawkins restructure, which hasn't happened yet. You pay $10 million to your draft picks. You have $12 million left for all of your free agents and your whatever moves you're going to make. They'll figure it out. It's just not the greatest situation I've ever seen. That's where my mind is. They'll figure it out. It's just not the best thing to ever happen. If I'm being honest. J Profane Music, appreciate the follow there. Thank you. Profane Music, I think is what it said. Let's go check back in here. Wow, I missed quite a bit. Zach says, bring in defensive guys isn't going to stop them. Oh, yeah, we saw that. Sorry. Do you have any other candidates to restructure besides Dawkins? Knowles asks. Yeah, the only other one that would mean really anything in terms of dollars is Joshua Palmer. And again, I'm not saying that that's what we want to do, but that's the only way to save any additional money, substantial money. And that's $6.5 million. You could do Greg Russo, I guess, for $3 million, but he just extended this past offseason. So is that the guy that you're going after? Maybe. I mean, Russo's a guy I think you want to extend again or restructure again compared to Joshua Palmer, but Palmer's the bigger money. All these other dudes, I mean, look at Christian Benford. That's $1.4 million. I don't think that's the answer. You could look at Michael Hoyt. That's $3.7. Khalil Shakir just re-signed. I mean, all these guys just restructured. Even Bradley Chubb, that'd be $1 million. That ain't gonna do nothing. James Cook, his cap, his cap number is $5 million this year. Just that's it. That's all they got. Bills are looking in draft for receivers, which are good ones, Hardass says. Yeah, they're going to look for, I think, whatever the best player available is, and I don't think it really matters what position, to be honest with you, at this moment in time. I mean, I don't want to say that. Defense, guard, and then possibly a receiver. Supposedly I saw that they're now the favorites to win the AFC. Who's this? The Broncos now or the Bills? 2027 Super Bowl champs will be the Raiders with Fernando. Oh, stop that right now. They had a great offseason, but stop that. Jordan DePriest. Hardass says Chubbs with a good sign for the Bills. Agreed. I like the move. I like the sign. Taking Dillon even with the last two safety additions, Knowles asks. Yes, because I like Gardner Johnson, and I don't mind Geno. But he's a depth guy, man. Geno should not be getting that many reps. And Dylan Thieneman, to me, is a game changer all day, every day. So Geno Stone, 1 year deal, much better to have him than Darnell Savage as the third or fourth safety. But not the guy to be taking reps. if you can have Dylan Thieneman still on your team. Malachi Fields is better fit for Josh. Hardass says, yeah, I like him better than Boston. Charles Clark says Styles. Oh, well, you're talking about Sonny Styles? Yeah, for sure. But he's going to go top 5 probably. Rain fees will be unstoppable in 5 years with Ashton. Oh, Raiders. Genty, Fernando, if they get an O-line. Well, they just signed their center to $1 trillion. Bang, bang, Niner. Hey, JW3000, at it again, baby. 49ers, killing it. Killing it. Yep, Charles Clark, Styles, Sonny. Oh, wait, did you mean Sonny or AJ? I think I said Sonny, which is not what I meant. Wait. They're brothers. I think Sonny is the D-back. No, Sonny is the linebacker, right? The guy that just had the freakish combine. And Lorenzo is the D-back. Yeah. So I don't know which one you were talking about, but I think you were talking about Sonny. Give us a second for Ayuk. No shot. You get the second round pick in February. That's the month that you would get it in. February. Non-delusional Ravens fan here. We will never win anything when Lamar is our kid. Oh, boy. That's a big topic. Sir. JV Flores. Appreciate you saying that. I'm not even saying I agree, but hey, listen, there's conversations going around, right? Gino will start? Gino who? Muscles God. Who are you talking about? I don't know why the Bills didn't go after AJ Moore. Oh, AJ, period. Moore isn't bad by any stretch. They need home run guy. AJ Brown is not the home run guy if we're saying that DJ Moore is not a home run guy. Can we all agree on that, folks? If DJ Moore is not the home run guy, then AJ Brown certainly is not. I mean, I love you, Kai Marquise, but AJ Brown is not the home run guy. Give us a third for Ayuk. No, a third in February. JW just keeps going on. He's a Niners fan. Keep going. How about this? You pay me a second for you to keep Ayuk. Muscles God, yes. Gina. Guess what, though? Cold Front, as GM, Noel asked, are you moving out of the first to double dip in the second? Double dip with 2 picks or double dip at the wide receiver spot? Depends. If Dylan Thieneman, I just keep saying his name, and I know I'm sorry, I love him. If Dylan Thieneman is available, I take him. If he's not, I probably move back and get multiples. Yes. What do you think, Knowles? David Rowe, longtime watcher, appreciate you. Ayuk ruins locker rooms. Ayuk ruins like cities. Ayuk ruins coasts. Literally the West Coast. Who would you have preferred for the Bills before you all traded for more? As a wide receiver, I actually really wanted Jalen Waddle during last year's trade. Well, at the trade deadline. DJ Moore's name hadn't come up that often. Obviously, the Jeffersons of the world and, the silly names. But I actually think DJ Moore fits into this style offense tremendously. Tremendously. If you watch some film on him, he's outside, he's inside, he's screen game, he's behind the line of scrimmage, he's middle depth in terms of distance. He's not that much of a take the top off the field, I guess, but the short and intermediate routes, he's strong hands, he's yard after catch, he's hard to take down. I think DJ Moore is a lot of what the Bills are, if I'm being quite frank with you. Noel, completely agree. got to be a can't pass up guy in the first, or we move back. Yeah, that's where I'm thinking. That's what I would do, and I think the Bills will actually do the same. So not only is it what I would do, I actually think that it's what the Bills will do, and it will help them for their monies, like we said earlier, because the first round pick is allocated $3.3 million. The second round, I'm not 100% sure, but it's a hell of a lot less. What was that? That was over here. So the draft picks, again, take a look. I'll zoom this in. These are what the draft picks get. And for everybody on TikTok, just so you know, first round at 26, year one cap is $3.3 million. Okay. Our third round picks right now at 91 would be 1.2. Our fourth round at 126 would be 1.1. And then just about every other pick after that is about $1 million a year, or in year one. So that first rounder being 3.3 would probably drop down. I don't know exactly what it is, but it probably dropped down to somewhere in between the third and the first. So maybe 2.1, you save yourself $1 million there with cap. Although actually, if you got 2 second rounders, that would be $4+ million. Not sure. Not really sure, but I do think that they will be dropping back. Unless, somebody that just no one thought would fall to 26 actually does, and then it's a different ball game, right? How long are you going to – I don't know. I'm not sure, Brian. AJ Styles? No, I think he was talking about Sonny. I'd pay not to have Aiyuk on the team, Spidey Munn said. Exactly, I'm with you. Is it possible to trade our first and a player to help with cap space? If it's Josh Palmer, I guess, right? Why not? If somebody's willing. If someone is willing. I'm just going to throw this out there here, folks. Let's go back. Just got a thought here. Somebody look up while I'm looking up something else. Malik Willis's age. How old is Malik Willis? Take a look at this. Kurganelli, thank you. Kurganelli. All right. Is it worth? He's not the youngest guy on the planet. He's 26. So is it worth Brandon Beane calling the Miami Dolphins and offering our first and Joshua Palmer for multiple picks? Joshua Palmer is only worth, well, that's kind of a lot of money, but that's $10 million with an out of next to no dead cap, 1.6 after 2026. Or are they saying, because someone said that they thought that Malik Willis will be the bridge for the Dolphins. If that's the case, there's no way they're going to take Joshua Palmer, I guess. I'm just trying to think outside the box. But if there's a way to get rid of Joshua Palmer and then go back down, I don't know. Do the Dolphins even take that phone call, Spike? Because he can get out with next to nothing after next year, but he's got $9.5 million, 9.6 this year. My gut would tell me they probably wouldn't based on what they're doing, but I think it's worth a phone call because we obviously know now that they have all these draft picks. I don't know, Spidey. Great question. Ryan Morey says, yes, if Casey Concepcion is there at their second round. Yeah, for the second round, 100%. In the second round, I think that's great value for Concepcion. Marquis says 26. I'm not sure what that means. I mean, that's our first round pick, but. Marquis says, how confident are you that Keon will finally stay focused and just play football? Very confident, if I'm being honest. I'm confident. I really am. And I call me crazy, and it'll probably turn out that I am crazy, but I actually think Keon Coleman's going to get his shit together. Yes, Marquise. Joe Brady is sure sticking his neck out for Coleman, so we will see. Yes, he is. And that's part of the reason why I think that it's going to happen. User says, Sabres are back. Can't focus right now on how Bills are preparing to break my heart next January. You just staying with the Sabre stuff? I don't blame you, brother, man. Don't blame you. Freeman, how are you, Freeman? I don't hope they get rid of Keon. He's got a lot of potential if he just plays. Yeah, I totally agree with you. He does have to just focus on football and play football. I don't hope they get – okay, Waddle went to Denver. Chris, yes, you're absolutely right. We were talking about that. I don't hope they get rid of Keon. Just got to – okay. Christopher says, I thought we should have got him. Yeah, at the end of the trade deadline, I was very, very enticed and confident that we would have done whatever the hell we had to do to get him, but that didn't happen. Marquis says 26. I'm assuming you're talking about our draft pick, but I don't know. Jackson says, I love being a Broncos fan. Well, good. Good for you. I love being a Bills fan. So how's that? I like them apples. All right, let's get back into some of this here. I think the Buffalo Bills are going to make the playoffs this year. They best be making the playoffs. But if we're really talking about it, that schedule is brutal. Brutal. This is Keon's last call, Kurganelli says. I think he knows this is his career decision time. 100%. Step up or ship out. It's the truth. It's the truth. Brian says the Sabres going to make it to playoffs. Yes, they are. I want to bring up one extra thing here. I don't know if I'll be able to find. Oh, yes, I will. Because we have to talk about this. This is so crazy. So crazy. You guys all know Nick Wright, right? Delta Murph, appreciate you. Appreciate your follow, man. Go Bills. Yes, go freaking Bills. Jackson, I know you love being a Broncos fan, but I love being a Bills fan. So how you like them apples, baby? How you like them apples? All right, here we go. Are the Bills out of money? No. I got to find my. All right, I'm going to play this clip really quick because we got to do it. We got to do it quick so nobody catches me. But I want you to listen to this. This is Nick Wright. You all know Nick Wright. I'm not the biggest fan in the world, and it's for things like this. Well, that's not working. All right, well, we're going to have some trouble with that actually playing. But here's what he said, and I quoted it on X. He literally yesterday, I think this was yesterday, right? Yeah, 18 hours ago. He literally said that the Buffalo Bills defense, by definition, will be worse in 2026. And you can see what I said. I said, did he just say defense that by definition will be worse? What is this guy spewing? I can't understand it. Is this because of Taron Johnson? Like, I'm trying to come up with a reason why this gentleman would say that based on the offseason moves, and I just can't. Somebody tell me, please, whether you're a Bills fan or not, has anything actually happened that would cause anyone to say that they think that the Buffalo Bills defense will be worse this year than it was last year? Somebody. And I'll give you my reasons why there's no freaking way that that's possible based on what we've seen thus far. But I'm trying to understand it. Is it because Taron Johnson was ended up getting traded for a pick swap? Is it because Matt Milano, Trey White, and Shaq Thompson are free agents now? Maybe that's what he's getting at. I guess you can start the conversation with me. But as far as I'm concerned, your number one pick, Max Harrison, is now going to have a full season under his belt, and he's going to be healthy. You still have one of the best cornerbacks in the business in Christian Benford. You have Cole Bishop that played literally at an all-pro level 80% of all last season. And then when he wasn't playing at that level, it was just slightly below that level. Then you added for him C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Then you added, Geno Stone, maybe not the greatest thing in the world. Then you added a 10-sack-a-year guy in Bradley Chubb. And you have Deion Walker, second year, a lot of experience, phenomenal first year. He's only going to get better. Then you have Michael Hoyt, who's going to be healthy again. And we all saw what he did when he was healthy. Played 1.3 games. He had 2 or 3 sacks, a couple tackles for loss. Played his position phenomenally well. Then you have Eddie freaking Oliver, who's an absolute beast that's going to be healthy. He played 2 or 3 games last year. I'm not understanding it. What in the world could Nick Wright say that by definition the Bills will be worse on defense for? Where is that coming from? I have no idea. I need to know. Someone needs to tell me what maybe they think. I don't know. Sorry. I sent something. I didn't mean it. Sorry. I think that Keon's downfall last year was due in part to him being in McDermott's doghouse. Well, yes, of course. And then he shows up late, and there's no excuses for that shit. You miss meetings. You're late to meetings. I don't have any sympathy for you. That is the God's honest truth. I can't with that. But as far as everything else goes, on the field stuff, he's absolutely got the ability and the chance, and they're giving him an opportunity to right the wrong and become an absolute stud. Richard knows Nick. Boo. I'm telling you, bro. I know. I don't get it. Yes, we should get more defense in free agency. We still have the chance. Is Jonathan Greenard still going to be? No. DJ Reader, I think we should still look at for a true nose tackle at free agency. But again, I don't know where the money's coming from. We gotta change up the restructure of Deion Dawkins and figure something out. 13 seconds says I need a massage. Good for you, bro. I hope you get one. What are you talking about? The free agents, they are not on the team. Yes. You cannot, what he means is you cannot restructure Matt Milano, Joey Bosa, and I don't know what Euro is, but you cannot restructure people that are not on the football team. If they're free agents, it's not a restructure, it's just a sign. Epinesa is what I think he means here instead of Vanessa. And we should restart your app. Yes. Okay. And we should get me for you. Okay, I'm with you. Ryan Morey says, absolutely not. The defense may have looked good at some points, but nothing special. Oh, I agree with that. I'm excited for the defense this year, as am I, to be honest with you. Hit links for deals. If anything, I think it might be better just due to us punching first and not sitting back with new DC. 100%. Coming out aggressive, as he says he's going to do. Absolutely. They made a lot of great moves to improve the whole Delta Murph. I agree with you. There's still more, though. Hit the link for deals. Appreciate the follow, man. Thank you so much. Dumb, when the new edition coming from Josh and Haley? Dumb question. I don't know. I'm not sure when that's coming. Okay. Lino TV. Thanks for hopping in here, Lino TV. You ain't looking at the facts, he says. These guys won't play a full season. 2 are coming back from serious injuries. We have no true nose tackle, and our linebacker core ain't great. Well, first of all, thank you for coming in. I appreciate your chat here and your time. You probably haven't been around for long, but I've absolutely said multiple times that we need to address the nose tackle, 100%. Matter of fact, I just said it. I just said DJ Reader is my main goal for that out of free agency. And throughout the day, we've also talked about linebacker being an issue. Because we don't have Milano, we don't have Thompson unless they're getting re-signed. You have Terrell Bernard, yes. You have Dorian Williams. Could be a real big benefit of the 3-4 defense out of Dorian Williams. And we don't know anything about Dorian Strong. Hopefully, he just stays healthy to the point where he has a long life at this point, right? Which is more important than football. But if he can play football, great, because I thought he was going to be a massive asset to this team. So there's the linebacker thing. Now, the facts that these guys won't play a full season, I think we're just tossing a coin at saying that they won't. There's plenty of people that have injuries, big-time injuries, and come back and play great. Look at Bradley Chubb. He had an ACL injury 2 years ago, and he did not play in 2024, and he came back in 2025 and played, I think, all 17 games and had 8.5 sacks and 40-something tackles. And Max Crosby just had a meniscus issue, and he just somewhat got traded for 2 first-round picks. Now, I know they're saying he failed the physical, but again, I thought that was kind of happenstance. And there's plenty of guys that have come back from injuries and played well. Now, there's plenty of guys that have got injured and then never had the same type of career ever again. Totally agree. But to come back from a Achilles for Michael Hoyt is not the hardest thing in the world to then be back at full strength. And that's what Michael Hoyt's come back from. And Ed Oliver, the bicep thing. Bicep, I'm not worried about. The fact that he kind of tweaked his knee during rehab of the bicep, that would scare me more than the bicep. But, again, we shall see. And you're right, Lino TV. I'm not saying you're wrong. But I'm saying I'm looking at the facts. Always do. Always do, unless I say this is just my opinion and I have no idea and I just have a gut feeling. If I have a gut feeling, I'll say it. I think the Bills view one tech and nose tackles as a myth. Well, up until this point, I would say I probably agree with you, but I'm hoping that Jim Leonhard is telling them this is a real thing. We need to pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying? Hit links for deals says, been here 10 minutes and already better than WGR. Wow. Well, thank you, sir. Fucking A. That's very nice of you. Very nice of you. The one thing I'll say about WGR is it does seem like they're just always very negative. They're always very negative, almost no matter what happens. And I try to look things more positively or on the bright side, no pun intended. But the reality is they're doing a job, yes, but I think that they just kind of, I don't know. I don't mind the guys, and they have an insight for sure, but I appreciate you saying that. Thank you very much. Draft is still going to be heavy D to get some good, young, cheap talent. Yeah, I agree with you. It has to be. We do need to figure out a guard role, offensive guard, or maybe even a depth center / guard, because if Alec Anderson gets the guard role, then maybe Van Pran Granger is either depth, or do they use him? At one point I was thinking maybe they're going to use him as some trade bait for somebody. Don't know. But I think we should have some depth there, losing Edwards. Other than that, the defense, to me, I'm with you, is, in my opinion, the number one goal here. Thoughts on the tight end situation? Do we draft one? No, I don't think so. You just locked in Dawson Knox, so he's probably going to be a Bill forever. You have Jackson Hawes. Probably one of, if not the best blocking tight end out there, especially for his age. And then Dalton Kincaid. The only question mark to me is Dalton Kincaid's health. Will he stay healthy? And will they pick up his 5th-year option, which I think only costs about $8 million, and we will see. But if he does not stay healthy this year and he's again hurt and missing 5 or 6 games or something, then I think a real conversation has to happen. So I don't know that they would do it this year, unless for some crazy reason this Kenyon Sadiq lasts to 26, then you might have to take him just to trade him. I mean, you know what I mean? You might have to take him just to have him. Or you throw him in as a wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what anybody feels about that, but if that guy's there, it's going to be really hard at 26 not to take him. I think the value would be quite ridiculous, to be quite honest with you. But we'll see very, very soon. Very negative. Yeah, exactly. Sign Wyatt Teller for competition at guard. I don't mind that one bit, Knowles. Don't mind that one bit. And yes, I don't know. That's a great point. Hit link. I don't know how much money he will actually warrant. We can look that up right now, at least what Spotrac thinks. Which is a great question. So let's look. Resign Gabe Davis. Well, he's not playing this year because he blew his ACL out. It's basically Deion Dawkins or potentially Joshua Palmer, because he's the only one that would really make a difference in terms of money. Spuddy said, "Oh, what up, Lino? What up? First time seeing you here." Oh, so Lino's around the other Bills channels. Lino, actually, was Lino in here a couple days ago? I feel like maybe he was. I don't know. Lino, I appreciate you either way. I think I told you that. And I love being on the opposite side of things with people and kind of talking through it. So hit me with Dynamite Day. 49ers are talking to Buffalo about BA for the 6th. Would you take it? No. The value would have to do it. Dalton can't stay healthy. Yeah. Are you talking about Sadiq? 100%. Why did that know? Oh, because we're on here. Duh. All right. Oh, baby. Okay. Here's what Spotrac says Wyatt Teller's worth. 3 years, $30 million. That's not cheap, boys and girls. That's not cheap. I don't know if that's within striking distance for the Buffalo Bills, and quite frankly, I don't think that it is. I really don't think it is. Do me a favor, everyone in here, no matter where you are, please put into the comments. Again, we're going to do this again. It helped us out the other day. USA. It worked for our game against who was it? Canada. Yep, we were up here early on for the Canada game before the Canada game started. So we beat Canada in the WBC. We just took out Dominican Republic 2 nights ago. Venezuela came back late in the game last night to overcome a deficit against Italy, Team Italy. So tonight is the championship game in the WBC between the United States of America and Venezuela. Now, this is a Latin sport. Baseball is a Latin America sport for sure. However, the United States is really starting to make a claim over the past X amount of years. And I will tell you this, being a ex-professional baseball player and now a youth baseball coach and father, it almost scares me a bit that we're trying to take these youth athletes, young kids, and forcing them into being a one sport athlete and a year-round one sport athlete and not enjoying life and anything that has to do with life other than figuring out how to be better than the next guy. Now, don't get me wrong. I was as competitive as anybody in the world, and I did not have all the talent in the world. Okay, I didn't. And I worked out everybody. I outworked everybody. Excuse me. That said, if the kid doesn't want it, they're being kind of, I think the kid shouldn't be forced to do. So USA is making a big move in athletics for baseball. And I love to see it. I just hope to goodness that these kids don't burn themselves out and end up hating the game of baseball by the time they're 14. Or basketball or football or whatever that is, whatever sport that is. I feel that that's kind of coming, and I'm kind of going off on a rant. This has nothing to do with the Buffalo Bills, but I hope that oh, Spin. I'm not talking about my ERA today. Spin. Okay, I was talking about being a father and a coach. Here comes Spin. All right. You know what? I got to tell you something, Spin. You got to come in here and bust friggin' balls. I swear to you, I wasn't going to bring it up today. I brought it up before, and it was the only time I was ever going to bring it up. My horrible ERA. What was it? 6.71, I think. All right. 6.7 ERA in Pro Bowl. That's why I'm trying to, talk about sports instead of playing. Anyway, thank you. Yeah, USA, baby. I think maybe we'll do the game live tonight. Anybody want to watch and talk baseball tonight? I mean, we could talk some Bills as well, but watch the game, give a reaction to the baseball game. I don't know. Should I create a new channel for baseball? I don't know. Let's keep going. I just can't believe you just said that to me. You son of a gun. Spin. Spin says, don't sell yourself short. You had a great ERA for home run derby. What a dick. Okay, Lino TV. Am I saying that? First of all, am I saying that correct? Is it Lino or Lino? Let me make sure that I'm saying it right. I want to make sure it's the right thing. Anyway, Lino or Lino says, I like DJ Reader a lot, but Dorian Williams, not my cup of tea. Can't cover bites on every play action. Can't get off the block quick enough. And Bernard, great blitzer, but injury prone, but I want to be great. I'm so with you. I'm actually having some higher hopes than you, I guess, in Dorian Williams. And I know he was banged up last year, Terrell Bernard, but that was hard for me to watch. It was really hard for me to watch Terrell Bernard on the field last year. And if he is healthy, he's probably, though, better suited for this 3-4 as well because he's pretty athletic and he is a great blitzer. He can get through the line. He's not this big mass guy, right? So he can move and he's quick and he's pretty twitchy, to be honest with you. When you're right, though, when he's healthy. Dorian, however, I'm more high on Dorian, I guess, than you are, Lino or Lino. But we'll see how high Brandon Beane, Joe Brady, and Jim Leonard are. Really, right? That's all that really matters. Oh, jeez. The lead G, I just remember through every year of Josh's career, Nick Wright has never put Josh above Mahomes, no matter how. That's 100%. Yeah. I mean, he loves his Chiefs and he loves Patty Mahomes. I mean, for good reason, but he never has really given Josh any credit. That is truth. Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking to Spidey, but I appreciate you coming in here, man. Thank you so much, Lino. USA, yes, sir. On Mahomes Mountain. Right. Yep. Yeah. Mahomes Mountain. Bill's defense sure looks worse than last year. What? Like how? How is that possible? Brian Webb says you can go live stream tonight, the baseball game. Yeah, maybe we will. We actually have baseball practice on my Soapbox Rant travel baseball program. My boys around and I'm coaching. Just not too much. That's all I'm saying. Just not too much. But now the basketball season's over. It's March, so it's baseball season. Simon to do. Jay says trade for Ryan Poles. That's another option, I guess. Soren Shilhorn says, what are your thoughts on Debo potentially coming to Buffalo? I don't think that's going to happen. And honestly, I can live without it. I'd rather draft a player. 6th rounder is nothing. That'd be a steal for the Bills. For Debo? Oh, 6th round for Ayuk. Yeah, but I'm not. I know. I actually don't. I don't want Ayuk anywhere close. USA. Look at all this USA. Love it. Yes, USA, baby. Ryan Moore, I appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. Bills, yes, are low on funds like every year. They will also be fine like every other. Yes, you're right. They'll get there. They'll figure it out 100%. Rank our defensive pre-NFL season. Rank our defense pre-NFL season. Josh, appreciate the follow, Josh. Thank you so much. You mean like out of 32? And are we taking into account that last year their secondary was top 20 or top 5 or no? I would say right now at this moment in time, without any, we don't even know, if there is more than 2 linebackers. Right now, pre-draft, I'd have to actually, and I'm not even kidding, I'm going to rank the Bills defense top 10. But it's hard to say that because I don't know who the linebackers are. Like literally right now, I don't even know if we have enough. We have Williams and Bernard. So I guess you could go starting defense, right? Deion Walker, Eddie Oliver, Michael Hoyt, Bradley Chubb, Greg Russo, Terrell Bernard, Dorian Williams. Right? 3, 4, 7. Then you got Maxwell, CB 47. That's 9. Then you got Cole and Gardner Johnson. You roll that team. Now, again, this is no depth. This is not depth, but if it's one drive, right? Like one drive, I guess, if we're trying to figure out how good they are, one drive or one series or one half or whatever, no injuries, that's got to be a top 10 defense. Got to be. With the linebackers being the whole. Those two middle guys being the whole in my mind. But I kind of like it. I kind of like it. He's even put Lamar above Mahomes. He's put Stafford above Mahomes. He's put Drake May higher than Allen. He's a biased guy who always, 100%. That's fine. But now on Tuesdays and Thursday at 1 p.m. or 2 and Wednesdays at. Who's this now? Nick Wright you're talking about? Oh, maybe it's the AFC East Roundtable. Oh, yeah. They changed some stuff up, those guys. Dan and the whole crew over there changed some things. I wish I could be a Bev service. I'm not too sure when all that is, but it looks like you guys are big bet, Leo. Yeah, you guys are kind of chatting together. We should go get Drake May from the Patriots. Oh, stop the madness, Brian. Would you stop the madness, Brian? Brian, that's not going to happen. Josh, thank you for the follow. Yeah. Cold Front, what's your favorite draft crush besides Dylan? Okay, so you heard that. I like him too. Favorite draft crush, like sleeper or somebody that might be available for 26, or just like the best player coming out? Because, like, what do you mean by that? I want to answer this correctly for you. Like the best player available, as if I was going to draft number 1, or best fit for the Bills, or like what do you mean by that? Great question, but I want to know how to answer this a little bit better. Both. Okay, so we know what I feel about Dylan, so we'll take him off the plate. Jeremiah Love looks freaking nasty. And I know running backs are not what they used to be, and they don't get the money anymore. He looks stupid. I can be honest, like nasty. So does Sonny Styles. Complete freaky nasty. At 26, okay, so let me pop these up here so everybody else can see what you are saying. Both, he said, and then at 26. So at 26, I really don't think I don't know that there's another player at this moment in time that I would, because of the situation, that I wouldn't trade back for if I can get 2 round 2s. I really like Jacob Rodriguez. I really do. I really think KC Concepcion is very Billsy on and off the field, if you know what I'm saying. I know he's got that little like stutter thing, and when I first heard that, I got to be honest with you, I was like, sign me the fuck up. Excuse my language. But sign me up, because he is an upstate Western New York, like, I'm not perfect. I mean, he's from Rochester, so, but he's like the blue collar type guy. not the blue chip 5-star, but I think he just fits the bills. And obviously he was very, very smooth in what I saw in the combine. That gauntlet drill really kind of hyped me up on him. And for our situation, I'm going to pull these names up and I'm going to show you. Yeah, here we go. Where are we here? For our situation, I wouldn't mind seeing this. Let me get there for you. Let me get there. This doesn't do me. That's blind. Man, my computer is shit today. Right here. Here he is. Again, I don't know that this will work. How do I want to pull this boy up. I'm going to share this page with you. Tell me what you think about this. This one's for you. This is kind of like if we're not going to get anything done, because I think at some point up here you said, and I might have missed the comment actually. Oh, here we. Oh yeah. No, we did talk about it. But if we're not going to get somebody like DJ Reader, I like this man right here. I know he's not like the 111 tech. Wait, can you guys hear me? All right, good. But wait, Spidey, what? Is this another breaking news? I'm in on DJ Reader, and I'm going to give you one more. Where is he? There's another. It was later in the draft. I think it was, yes, right here. Tim Keenan. I think he's more of a one tech. Am I right? Is this the gentleman? Yes. Yes, Tim Keenan right here. These are guys that are kind of fitting my desires pretty well. If you understand what I mean by that, based on strictly our situation, okay? Strictly the Buffalo Bills situation. But I'm Dylan, Jacob Rodriguez, Casey Concepcion, and I'm these two tackles here. If I had my draw, I don't know that he'll last, but wait, AJ Brown? Wait, I'm sorry, I'm getting caught up here. I'm reading what Spidey's saying. AJ Brown to what? What are we doing here? Hollywood? Okay, so nothing to do with. All right, Marquise Brown to and then not really breaking. It was a little while ago, 45 minutes. Okay, I got nervous there for a second. I thought you meant something along the lines of AJ Brown going on a swapski with Hollywood Brown, which would have been even more so nuts. Okay. All right. Eagles, yes, signed Hollywood Brown, 1-year deal worth up to $6.5. Okay, so why are they doing this? They're getting rid of somebody, are they not? Or are they really going with AJ, Devontae, and now Hollywood? And they just re-signed Goddard, right? Dallas Goddard or Goddard. I don't know how the hell you say it. Everybody says it differently. What do you think? Are they doing something? Is AJ going somewhere, boys? Yes, I understand. Lee Hunter is a dog. Love him. And at Hollywood Brown Eagles, yeah. You like Lee Hunter. I think he would have to be taken probably at 26 because I don't know that you get him at 60. I actually just did a couple of mocks, and I picked him up after I traded away first, and I think I picked him up. Man, I can't remember. I did so many, but I think I picked him up mid-second, I want to say, in one of my drafts. I did a million of them. It's not a trade. The Eagles just signed Hollywood with 60. Okay, right. Thank you. No way they're keeping AJ. Right. Yeah, I don't. I mean, obviously, Hollywood is at the point where he's mainly. Hold on. Let's just make sure. But my understanding of Hollywood Brown is pretty much take the top, like deep or nothing. He's not a receptions guy. But I want to verify this before I say that. And if this is the case, like, why are they? Well, okay. I know the Chiefs weren't the best team in the world last year, but we got here. Played 16 games, had 49 catches for 587 yards, 5 touchdowns. This is a good sign by Philly. $6.5 million is not all that bad. Like, he's pretty good career, man. And I know in Baltimore it's a totally different story, as you can see here. But 74 targets. A.J. Brown wants all the targets. How are you going to bring in another guy that just had 74 targets? He's got to be going, doesn't he? Or Devontae Smith. Maybe they're trading Devontae Smith. What do you think? What do we think here? But this got to mean something to me. I think he's leaving now. Scotty's picks. Hollywood Vegas says A.J. Brown will not play another snap for the Eagles. He hates Hurts. Well, this does not lead me to believe that he's staying. This tells me more and more that he is out. So we'll see, I guess. Little crazy to me, though. Little crazy. Anything else happened out there? That was 45 minutes ago, so I don't think anything else has happened, right? Take a look at this. I'll show you guys something. I want to show you guys something. Oh, that's right. I was doing one thing really quick. Excuse me just a moment. If you haven't already, please subscribe and follow immediately. We really got to get going. I got to get to 500 like really soon, boys and girls. I got to get to 500 really soon. Everybody tells me that once you get to 500, the momentum really picks up and starts to roll like crazy. So please subscribe for Cold Front. Appreciate all of you. All right, let me share this. This is a pretty good. Is DJ Moore or Jalen Waddle a better transaction? All right, Jalen Waddle, 28.3 a year. DJ Moore, 24.5. I know they maneuvered this around like we spoke about. Waddle turns 28 this year. Moore turns 29 this year. Almost the same. One extra year. Miami paid 30th and 94th. Buffalo paid 60th and got back 128th. What he's forgetting, though, is that Miami also got back whatever this is. What was their fourth that they got back? I don't know what the number was. Last 2 years. Here we go. Let's take a look. 3 more games for DJ Moore, who, by the way, never gets hurt. Knock on wood, whatever. Knock on wood, but he doesn't get hurt. 26 more catches, 6 less yards. So the same amount of yards. So he's 2.5 yards less per reception. 2.5 yards less per reception. 4 more touchdowns over the last 2 years. 23 more rush attempts, so 114 more rush yards. 1 more rushing touchdown. 40 more fantasy points. I mean, looking at this, tell me, talk to me. How is DJ Moore? Not a great trade. How is DJ Moore not a great trade? You tell me. You tell me. They were both on – one was on a better team than the other, but you would think that the Miami Dolphins were losing by 100 points every week, other than when they played Miami, of course, or Buffalo. When they're losing 100 points every week, Jalen Waddle's going to get garbage time. Think about that for a moment. And the Bears were a pretty decent team the last couple of years, so not the same, not the case. How many likes do you have? What do you mean likes on this video? I have no idea. Somebody could tell. Probably not enough, right? Let's put some more likes. Stephen DeLeon. Hey, Stephen DeLeon. Thanks for hanging in. This is the most optimistic I've been for the Bills and forever due to all the changes of coaching staff and players. I am so with you. I am super pumped, and I think there's a lot of good. And I am very, very excited myself. Thanks for hanging, though, Stephen. Appreciate you. Welcome. DJ Moore restructured his contract. We got $12 million more. Actually, it went from 24.5 to 6.7. So let's do that. That's 14. That's almost 17 and change, I believe, $1 million. I think. Either way, it's a lot. It's a lot of money we saved. You're absolutely right. We kind of figured that was coming. We just didn't know when. Could we trade the Broncos? No, that's not going to happen. The Bibles and the Dolphins and the 49ers and Cowboys should make a big move in the players to come to Buffalo Bills. Yeah, I'm in. Why don't they all just come to Buffalo? Every single Pro Bowler immediately. Jolly Fat Belly, appreciate that follow. Michelle Miller-Smith, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Yeah, it doesn't look very good for A.J. Brown. However, I don't see anything else happening, so I'm not sure what is going on out there. And with the Philadelphia Eagles, I don't know what this move means. It just seems a little suspect to me. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Okay, nothing else has happened. I think what we're going to do is we're going to call it a day. I appreciate everybody. Probably be back tonight if you would like. If everybody else would hang in with us, later this evening around 8 o'clock, then maybe we'll jump back on. But you got to let me know. We'll keep you updated as far as anything and everything goes. Once we know something, you will know. Again, I appreciate everybody so much. Thank you. We're growing. We're getting there. We got to get on that subscriber train a little bit more. So tell all your friends. Appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe and share it, right? Like the video and comment. I don't know what YouTube wants to see. I'm not into the algorithm thing. Obviously, you can tell from earlier, my microphone wasn't working and I had no idea how to fix it. So I don't know how to do it. I just need it to happen. I appreciate everybody. Love all of you. And we will talk to you soon. The Eagles are finalizing the deal with the Patriots to get AJ. That's what I've been seeing. Yeah, I mean, that's been talked for a long time. If that happens, I don't know. For some reason, I don't think it will happen. Although this move makes me really optimistic that AJ Brown will no longer be an Eagle shortly, quite frankly. So, he called Brian. You have a comment from Spidey you have to read. I'm reading it, baby. Appreciate it, Cole Front. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for all the support. Really do. From everybody. Love all of you. We'll talk to you later. Go Bills. Go Bills. Cold Front. See ya.